Hi YouTube, it's me, the Shy Pianist, or you may know me as Donald of Zephyr War Games, bringing you a new video on the new Zan-Ki monsters. So they are Cyverse monsters that will be appearing in the new Duelist Pack Mystic Fighters for the OCG. Yeah, apparently they're all about maths in terms for the names. In terms of design, they sort of look like Gundams, which is pretty standard for that part. Yeah, we've got Dragon Maids and other stuff in the pack as well. But yeah, let's get on to it, and I'll give my thoughts on it after. So first we have Zan-Ki Stigma, level 4 light Cyberverse tuner effect monster, 1000 attack, 1500 defense, and you can only use this first effect once per turn. If you control no monsters in the extra monster zone and this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can activate this effect. For the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except Cyberverse monsters. Also, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Second effect, if this card you control is used as a synchro material for a Zan-Ki monster, you can treat it as a non-tuner. Straight off, it's a level 4 that you can just special summon. Great for Cyberse decks in general. Also, it being a nice level 4 tuner is really helpful on that part as well. And then to just have it as a non-tuner is pretty okay on that. Next we have a Zan-Ki Nabla, level 4 Cyber Dark Tuner, effect monster, 1000 attack and 1500 defense, and you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. You contribute one Cyberse monster, special summon one Zan-Ki monster from your deck. Second effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Cyberse monster you control in the extra monster zone. It can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase this turn. So already it's a lone fire, general for Cyverse, but obviously you special summon Zan-Ki monsters, so it's not as generic as it could be. And having it being able to distribute itself and then use its effect to target a Cyverse monster in your extra monster zone, have it attack twice is pretty cool on that. So next we have Zan-Ki Adion. Level 4 fire Cyverse effect monster, 1000 attack, 1000 defense, and you can only use this effect of this card's name once per turn. So effect, target one face up monster on the field. For the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck except Cyverse monsters. Also special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, the targeted monster gains 1000 attack until the end of this turn. Also this card cannot attack this turn. So once again, it's pretty good on the fact that you can just special summon itself. Locks into Cyverse monsters, but that's pretty okay if you're Gen X Cyverse deck. And it helps to span the board because you simply just need to target a monster on the field. Even your opponent's monsters, you can do that as well. And then special summon it. So yeah, that's pretty alright on that part. Next we have Zan-Ki Subtra, which I'm guessing is probably similar to Adion. Level 4 fire Cyverse effect monster, 1000 attack, 1000 defense. You can only use this effect of this card's name once per turn. Target one face up monster on the field. Yep. For the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Cyverse monsters. Also special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, the targeted monster loses 1000 attack until the end of the turn. Also, this card cannot attack this turn. Pretty much the same as Adion, but obviously just minus 1000, which is pretty alright on that part as well. Next, we have Zan-Ki Multiplier, level 4 Earth, Cyverse effect monster, 500 attack, 2000 defense. You're going to use each effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect, you can target one level 4 Cyverse monster you control. Its level becomes level 8 until end of this turn. Second effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Cyverse monster you control in the extra monster zone, double its attack until the end of this turn. So I'm guessing you're gonna have to have a way to just summon this alongside another level 4 tuner, one of the ones you can just special summon, use its effect, make it level 8, and then you would synchro summon for I guess a 12, which I believe is one of the boss monsters, and then have it double its attack into end turn. So next we have Zan-Ki Division, level 4 Earth Cyberse effect monster, 1500 attack, 1000 defense. You're going to use each effect this card's name once per turn. Tribute one Cyberse monster you control in the extra monster zone. Special summon up to one level 4 Cyberse monster from your hand and graveyard. If this card is sent to your graveyard, you can target one face-up monster on the field, half its attack until the end of the turn. So it works in a similar way. This is actually pretty interesting that it's division, so dividing your boss monster into the two monsters that you summoned it with. It's like the play on that, and then obviously halving attack is pretty cool on that part as well. And then let's see, we have some synchros. So we have Zan-Ki Magma, level 8 Fire Cyber Synchro Tuner effect monster, 2500 attack, 0 defense. Let's see, 1 tuner, 1 plus one non-tuner. Generic on that part. You can only use each of this card's name, use each effect of this card's name once per turn. So first effect, if this card destroys destroys a monster by battle, you can target up to 2 cards your opponent controls and destroy them. Second effect, if this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its owner possession is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can add 1 Zan-Ki spell trap from your deck to your hand. So it's a level 8 synchro, very generic on that part, and it's a tuner. I would like to see how they use this. I'm just thinking if there's the 0 defense would actually work, because I know there's some decks that have rely on using the 0 defense for fire, but I'm pretty sure Flamevale uses 200 defense, so I don't think it will work with that. And next, I believe this is like the boss monster, Zan-Ki Final Sigma, level 12 Fire Cyberse Synchro Effect monster, one that's on the pack. 3000 attack, 0 defense, materials is 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner monsters, so generic on that again. You can only use the third effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect, unaffected by card effects except those of Zan-Ki cards while in the extra monster zone. Second effect, double any damage, battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent if this card battles an opponent's monster while this is in the extra monster zone. And third effect, if this is destroyed by battle, or if this card's in owner possession is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can add 1 Zan-Ki card from your deck to hand. So evidently it's kind of like you have to just put them into the extra monster zone to, obviously gain its effects, but this only seems to apply to just the level 12. So that's pretty alright. Have it unaffected, and while still be affected by your own cards, so that's really nice on that part, or Zan-Ki cards really. Next, we seem to have a rank 4 Earth Cyberse effect XYZ effect monster by the name of Kai Zan-Ki Laplacion. I believe that's how it's pronounced. 2000 attack, 0 defense. Materials, 3 level 4 monsters. You can only use the first effect of this card's you can only use the first effect of this card's name. If this card is XYZ summoned, you can detach up to 3 materials from this card and activate that number of these effects. Send 1 random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard, send 1 monster your opponent controls to the graveyard, or send 1 spell trap your opponent controls to the graveyard. Now, I believe this works in that if you detach 3, you can only, you have to use all 3, and you can't choose the same effect 3 times from what I know on this part. Otherwise, yeah, I think that would be pretty busted on that part. But yeah, being able to non-target send is just good, to be fair. Second effect, if a Zan-Ki or cards you control would be destroyed by a card effect, you can detach 1 material from this card instead. Pretty nice on that part, kind of like the Longirisu, or Dingirisu, sorry, protection, or any like, actually to be fair, I think one of the original ones would be Maystroke Symphony Djinn, protecting your cards by detaching material, but obviously it only works for card effects, so battle is a bit iffy on that. Anyway, we have our first spell, Zan-Ki Formula, normal spell card, activate 1 of this card's name per turn. So effect, target 1 Zan-Ki monster in your graveyard, special summon it. If you do, it gains 1000 attack until the end of this turn. So I can see it being used generally like reviving your synchro, but obviously it won't gain the extra effect. But I mean, having a 4K is nice, or you're just using it to get your what you need, your level 4s, summon it, and then go or XYZ or synchro. Next we have Zan-Ki Divider Nayuta, equip spell card, equip only to a Cybers monster. You can only use each of the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. If the equipped monster battles an opponent's monster, during damage calculation, you can send one Zan-Ki monster from your deck to graveyard. The equipped monster gains attack equal to that monster's until the end of this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, or this card sent from the spell and trap zone, sorry, to the graveyard, you can target one Zan-Ki card in your graveyard, except Zan-Ki Divider Nayuta, and add it to your hand. So, equipped to the Cybers monster. So, if you're all those Cybers players out there, and equip it to you, what was it, the Transcode Walker, or we're having it like with the double attack of Cybers Gemma, double attack and boost it. You're really good on that. Really, it just helps that general sense. Shout out to obviously any the code monster decodes, the code talks monsters. They can very well use all of this this kind in sense and just mash it well together. Next we have a continuous trap, Zan-Ki Induction. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. So first effect, Cybers monsters you control gain 500 attack. Okay. Second effect, if you control a Zan-Ki monster, you can send this face-up card to the face-up card you control to the graveyard. Then target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. Actually, not and destroy it. It's just that's the cost to target. Okay, and the effect is destroy it. Okay, cool. So that's pretty alright. Generally, it's okay. Just giving that boost is nice. I can see that they're sort of trying to push for just attack in general, and then it just gives them a sort of interruption. And lastly, we've got Zan-Ki Super Factorial. Normal trap card. You can activate one of this card's names per turn. So first effect, target one up to 3 Zan-Ki monsters with different names in your graveyard, then activate one of these effects. You can either special summon them, but their effects are negated, and if you do, immediately after this card resolves, synchro summon one Zan-Ki synchro monsters using only those monsters. These synchro materials are shuffled into the deck instead of being sent to the graveyard. Further, or you can special summon them, but the effects are negated, and if you do, immediately after this card resolves, XYZ summon one Zan-Ki XYZ monster using only those monsters. So, wow, this is a pretty nice Cybers archetype. They can fully make use of Lady Debug, Cybers Signet Mining, and obviously, I mentioned earlier the code monsters, and any support that they will get. So that's really it. I find that it's pretty okay on for what they are. I think they will help. They can be like a nice little engine in normal Cybers decks, and just obviously flood the board and link up. So yeah, I think there's something to pick up generally if you're a Cybers player, because I think they can be generally good to just help out. So that was my thoughts. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, happy dueling!